An open edition mint pulls a 50x, another legacy project joins Pudgy Penguins in making its comeback, and brand new free upcoming whitelists you don't want to miss. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. Are NFTs back? That is today's question, alongside a bunch of upcoming projects, whitelists, free mints. So be sure to stay until the end of the video to get all of the alpha. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. I have zero control over what happens to any of these projects. And if you want to see more NFT content out of my channel, hit that like button. It really helps my channel reach a wider audience. So what a week it has been so far. We had a mini flash crash in crypto, which was led by a crash in the stock market. And we knew the month of September was going to be a rough ride. Historically, for both crypto and the stock market, September is one of the worst months of the year, but it is usually followed by two of the best performing months of the year, October and November. But despite everything that's happening with the crypto prices, we are seeing some NFT projects perform really well. So I first wanted to take a look at what's happening on the secondary market. The first project I wanted to look at are these mysterious eggs that seemingly popped up out of nowhere. These were a 24-hour open edition mint, meaning anybody could mint them. There are no whitelists needed or anything like that. The only limitation was you could buy one per wallet, but you could always use tools to get around that, or even manually mint from multiple wallets. They minted for 0.008 ETH, which is roughly $20, and they absolutely ripped. I believe their all-time high was just shy of 0.4 ETH, and the rares were selling between 1.5 and 2 ETH, which is a 50x if you hit the top for a common, and a 250x if you minted a rare and managed to sell it at the top. Now, the reason for this pump, it was revealed that this collection is by CryptoKitties, which is an OG project from 2017 where you breed cats. They're also the same creators behind NBA Top Shot. So two very well-known projects that onboarded a ton of people into Web3. And looking through the posts, there was an egg posted on August 19th from the main CryptoKitties account, which isn't weird. I believe that when you breed your cats, they do come out of an egg, but eventually they just straight up tweeted the collection link on August 30th, which you can see here. August 30th was the bottom on the secondary market, and it caused an absolute rally. Now, since then, they have posted a Telegram link to their game called All the Zen. There is a countdown to when your egg is going to hatch, or I assume when your egg is going to hatch. They also posted two clues. The first mentioning that it's a play to earn game where you can earn the Zen token, and the second here saying that you're going to need 11 commons, 5 uncommons, or 1 rare. So if this game really catches on, we could see a supply shock, since there's only 3,100 of these that were minted. And I believe there's also benefits if you hold a crypto kitty. I'm not pulling out the sweepers or anything, because as you could see, there are over 2 million crypto kitties, so I don't expect the floor price to go crazy. But it is very cool to see the revival of an OG project like this, especially with a public mint that isn't gatekept. The next collection I want to talk about that has been absolutely crushing it is the new Godjira called Jirasan. So essentially all the Gen 1, Gen 2, and Fusion Godjiras were merged into one 10K collection, all under PG Group, which encompasses Redacted, iAgent Protocol, Bullex, MaxiGG, and Magically. So you could think of Jirasan as the Genesis collection for PG Group. Now, although nothing is confirmed, they have hinted at some token airdrops for their holders, I assume from their projects like Redacted, however, also from their partnered projects. We have this tweet here from Shan saying that their partnerships are going to be equity, rev sharing, as well as tokens for holders, which means when they partner with the project, when they consult a project, which they have done many times, they're going to seek equity in that project. They're going to get a revenue share, so it's going to allow them to keep building. If that project doesn't have their own NFT, technically Jirasan can be their NFT and be their community, so they're going to get all the support from the Jirasan holders. And when they finally launch a token, who's going to get an airdrop? It's going to be the Jirasan holders. So technically, as long as PG Group lives on, this project is going to have endless airdrops for their holders. So this was a really great move by them. I know they've been working on a ton of stuff, and it's great to see a legacy project from last cycle actually innovate and continue to think of new ways to bring value to their community. Most of them have just dipped or are just posting random memes on Twitter. So hopefully Jirasan can join the ranks of Pudgy Penguin and hit double-digit ETH prices. So far they've done really well. Their low was roughly 0.2. They are currently at a 0.6 floor, so you got a 3x if you did buy the bottom here, and the volume looks extremely healthy. Now, they aren't the only legacy collection that is seeing some price action. I did notice that Chimpers are up over 2x over the past 30 days. This is another team that has been continuously shipping, and I'm a day one Chimpers holder, so obviously I like seeing the price go up. But we're even seeing some old art collections do well. After Seed Phrase tweeted about the wins of Yawanawa, somebody came in, swept 5 of them, taking the price up by 3 ETH. And this comes after we spoke last week about the Sam Spratt mask collection, which was just their 1-year anniversary. So he says it's time for the next chapter. Personally, I hope there's going to be a burn here and you get 1-of-1 masks. But as you can see in the last week, there have been some sales. Again, these kind of collections, these sales are slower, but this has been a very stable collection if you've been holding over the last year. So I love seeing this stuff. I love seeing people actually collect NFTs from artists that they love, and I really hope to see this continue and grow. Now, one thing I will say about this cycle is it is much tougher than 2021, especially for NFTs. I remember last cycle, you could literally mint anything and it would just moon. You would go into a mint with a guaranteed whitelist spot to mint 3, not just 1. You could mint 3, no over allocation, and instantly make thousands of dollars. This cycle, a lot of mints aren't doing as well. Most stuff isn't minting out or nobody cares about it. And on the secondary market, it's a lot tougher. So I do feel NFTs are like altcoins this cycle, where you really have to make your picks properly, because not every altcoin is just going to go up with the market. I do think a lot of them are going to go up, but they're going to get out traded by Bitcoin, which isn't what you want. You might as well stay in Bitcoin for the safety of Bitcoin. So the same thing applies here to NFTs. Not everything is going to pump. Not every blue chip from last cycle is going to make it, and you need to be betting on the right horse if you're going to be holding long term. If you're just trading short term, you really need to be playing catalysts. For example, we just saw the Qiibee NFT catch a slight bid here, going up from their recent lows of sub 0.4. They're currently sitting at 0.65, although a lot of the volume, at least today, was through bids. But these are moving because they just announced the public sale for their token, meaning we're getting closer to TGE, and they've already announced that there's going to be a token airdrop for their holders. So if you know this kind of information is coming up, obviously it's a much easier trade to make. Now, I'm no longer holding these. At one point I had 8. Thankfully, I did sell a lot of them above 1 ETH, especially when they pumped to like 1.7 ETH. And I'm fully out of this collection, but it is good to see them pumping again and the team finally launching their token, because there are so many projects that said they were going to launch in Q2 or whenever, and they're just delaying, waiting for the market to get better. I understand the logic behind it, but especially for investors who put their money into this stuff, there is so much opportunity cost that you can't afford to be in an asset that is just not moving, that is trading sideways, or that is going down slowly over time. Now, another collection that is catching a bid here is Today the Game's Ancient Seeds. They were recently as low as 0.7, and they did get swept up all the way to 1.5. They did retrace, currently sitting at 1.2 ETH, but they are going to be getting an airdrop, and we are getting closer to the Gen 2 mint. I guess is a good segue to the whitelist or upcoming whitelist portion of this video. So they will have their Gen 2 collection coming up. Last week, they announced that it's going to be a 5,555 supply. Personally, I do feel this is a bit high. I would have liked 3,000, but I do know that the holders, I think they're getting 2 each. So that's 1,500 that they have to give to the existing community. They want new people. So I understand them wanting to go for a bigger supply. It's a free mint, so there is absolutely no risk. And a lot of people are putting Today the Game at the top of their list for upcoming games, upcoming token airdrops. So expectations are high for this collection. I know Grail is really big on these. He swept a bunch back when they were like 0.4 to 0.6, and he is bull posting them on Twitter. So this is definitely a collection I would try to be getting whitelist for, especially since it's a free mint. Now, going down the whitelist hole, I'd say most of them that I'm excited about are gaming. This has been the meta for quite some time, but one of the projects I do plan on doing pre-sale for that isn't in gaming is Market Elites. Now, this is a project by Bo and BD, who are both professional 7-figure stock traders. And the TLDR for this is there's 3 different ways I view that you can use this. The first way is to passively earn, because 80% of the mint funds are going to be put into a treasury that they're going to trade with, and every so often they're going to distribute the profits back to their holders. So if they're actually successful and manage to grow the account and not blow it up, you can actually get your money back from the mint and then start being in profit. Now, the second way is through their trading calls. They have both short-term and longer-term calls. Obviously, not every call works out, but as long as they have more that win than that lose, you could be in the green. And the third way is the most active way. It's by joining their daily live sessions where they look at the market open, they actively trade options, and they teach you to trade. So 3 different ways to view this NFT. If you're interested in this, I strongly suggest joining the Discord and seeing if this is something that you actually like and want to do, because the mint price is a little more on the expensive side at $500 per NFT. Remember, 80% of the mint funds, so $400 of the $500 is going into the treasury to try to make you your money back. And although I feel it is harder for a team to sell out a $500 collection, especially in the current market conditions, last time I spoke to Bo, they have already sold over 1.5 million in pre-sales. So they've clearly built a good community. Every time I look for the live streams, there are so many people attending the live lessons. And for me personally, I'm not looking at this one as a flip. I actually want to utilize it. And the art is also dope. I know that's illegal. I'm not supposed to like the art. We're only supposed to talk about money, but I like the art. Now, jumping back into the gaming projects, another one that caught my attention, I saw this tweet by Star Platinum mentioning a free mint 999 supply. We like that. And this was in reference to Hello Monster, which is a gaming studio who built Wonder Wars, which is a mobile Clash style game. Now, they have been marketing it for a bit. I did see their pre-mint has been out since early July, which isn't uncommon, especially in these market conditions. I also assume that since they have a working mobile game, they're going to have some sort of play to airdrop campaign in order to increase their player base. There hasn't been any mention of an airdrop for the NFT holders, which obviously we want to see, but again, it's a free mint. So if you do manage to get whitelist, there is absolutely zero risk and nothing but upside. So test the game for yourself. It is available for Apple and Android. See if it's actually good, which will give you an idea if people are actually going to want the NFT as well as the token. Now, another one I would try to get in this realm is Gomble Games. It's also a free mint. However, the supply is much larger at 5,555. So it's a lot easier to get whitelist since there's more to go around, but it's a lot harder for the price to go up since the supply is 5 times larger. Now, this one is actually a Telegram game called Egg Drop. It's really interesting to see the number of teams opting to do Telegram games instead of developing their entire game for a mobile app and then getting it through the App Store. And it's going to be interesting to see which one of these games actually succeeds over the next few years. Now, I have a whole list of upcoming gaming projects. I'm just going to name them like pretty quick here. We have XPSR 24. This one's by Conviction Labs. I did mint their Genesis NFT and I staked it. I think I staked it for like a year. I really like these guys. I've met them. IRL. Of course, we have Jungle, which is a must-have. They just announced their global tournament where they also showed off gameplay for their mobile game, and you will be able to get whitelist by participating in their global tournament. So definitely something I would recommend. After that, we have Moonray, also a cool project. I participated in a tournament for this. I came in second. It's a free mint. It's a 5K supply, although they will be airdropping to their avatar NFTs, so there's less to go around. But again, free mint if you get one, no risk. After that, I did spot this project called Timefront. It looks cool. The short cinematic that they do share seems very high quality. They also shared a white paper. I don't know if I'd call this a white paper. It's kind of like an earlier, wasn't there another term for like the early white paper? There's nothing on tokenomics or gameplay. We have to wait till Q4 or early next year to see gameplay. It is a real-time strategy game, but like I said, it looks cool and it is a free mint. So again, no risk. Next, another one I'm bullish on is Avalon. I did invest into this project, so full disclosure there, but they did say in a recent interview that they are going to have an NFT in the near future. I don't think it's that near, but hopefully before the end of the year. And again, I'm really bullish on this project, so this is definitely one I would try to get whitelist for once they finally do release details. After that, we have City Shadows, which is the rebranded TTT by Exterio. All the Gen 2s like L3E7 Gen 2, their Gen 1 did really well. I just don't like the supply and price that the community voted for. 5K NFTs at 0.1 does feel very high. Not that I don't think they can sell it out. It's a very strong project. I just wish it was either 3K and 0.1 or 5K and a free mint, but it is what it is. We also have the Gen 2 for Castile. The game looks dope. The Gen 1 NFTs did super well on the secondary market. So again, to me, these are no brainers. And these are just the projects that I've mentioned so many times in my last videos. That's why I'm kind of just pumping through them, because I know you guys have heard this stuff, but I want to include them in case, I guess there's somebody new watching this video. They see that these projects exist. They see that it's worth getting whitelist for, but I don't want to just keep repeating the full details of all these projects over and over and over again, because a lot of them are taking long to actually launch their mints. Outside of NFT whitelist, I am still holding on strong to all of my airdrop projects like Super Champs, Goat Gaming, InfiniGods. I have double digits in each of these NFTs. Super Champs are holding up super well with a floor of 0.24. I keep waiting for them to dip under 0.2, but they just don't seem to do it. I am very actively farming this one, literally daily. I am about to cross 50 million points. I think I'm 11th on the leaderboard of like 250,000 people. So this is the highest I've ever been on a leaderboard. Of course, Goat Gaming is also still performing really well. It is still above my entry price, and even with a 50 million FDV for their token, I believe the airdrop is going to be more than the current floor. So I might have to pick up more. I'm currently sitting on 30 of these, and the third project that I'm holding 10 of is of course InfiniGods. I got on this one at 0.14-ish, so I'm up like, what's that, 30 something percent. I am going to wait for their token, or at least for them to really ramp up the marketing for their token so we could see that positive price action. So overall, NFTs are doing well if you're playing the right ones. Obviously, it's nowhere near the 2021 mania, but it's still good to see that they aren't fully dead. So that's it for today's video on NFTs. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Like I said, YouTube really rewards the likes now. If you've noticed on your mobile phone, you no longer see views, you just see likes. So it's really important for me to get as many likes as possible. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thanks for watching the Crypto Gorilla.